Hi, everybody. No one's on yet, but hi, everybody who's gonna watch this. I kind of want to do landscape. No, I'm gonna just get back. I be missing going live. I'm gonna have to like get onto a better schedule and routine because I haven't gone live in a minute. I miss y'all. Hey, everybody. I always say that. It's always really big gaps in between me going live. So for whoever watches this later, who is gonna get on, there are like two things. I wonder if I can tag. Yep, so I don't know if y'all can hear me while I'm tagging. There we go. So, yep, you guys can still hear me. There's two things I have in mind as I'm going live. One is the poem I just uploaded to... Oh, hey, there's people on. I don't know who the people are. But okay. All right, so. Oh, it's my new friend, my new funny friend. So, I just uploaded something to my YouTube channel. It's a poem that has been like in my head. I don't know if they're like artists. I'm sure y'all can relate to me. Like there be an idea for like a song or a video or something and it's just in your head and it won't leave you alone until you do it. So there's a poem I wrote back in like 2016 and I have been recording it and re-recording it. Hey, boo-boo. I've been re-recording it and recording it. Anyone who, you're brand new to my page. Hey, I do a lot on my page. I talk about Jesus. I talk about my business, which is financial literacy. And then I'm like a brainer. I'm an artist. I do a lot of artistic stuff. So I have my YouTube channel and it really just started off with me talking about like all the great things Jesus does for me. But in the last like couple months, I've started adding some of my poems I've written. I just uploaded one right now. I always forget to turn off my notifications. There we go. And that was one thing I wanted to go live about is the poem, kind of just talking and giving some like insight and background on the poem I just dropped. And then two, Grace, that's the title of this video. But one, so the poem is called Stillborn. And I know that even just that phrase can be like triggering. So, oh, I'm going to have to go and edit that and like put a trigger warning. But it's a metaphor. And I usually just try to like let my pieces speak for themselves. But two, I know everyone has different experiences and different backgrounds. So they may not really get kind of what I was saying. But the poem, there's my honey bun. I guess I can't call you honey bun anymore. You all betrothed and stuff. But the piece is called Stillborn, and it's really just talking about like taking on other people's problems and how a lot of times I just recorded the poem and I just put it on. I'm gonna post it on my page. I'll make sure to tag you, or I'll send you my YouTube link. So no, I'm not gonna do the poem. I might. I don't know. But I just recorded it. And who is this we? I'm not about to play with y'all. Don't pull me. So, y'all are annoying. Why do I do this? Let me get through what I'm saying first, and then depending on how many people are on and depending on if they won't, then I will do it. So this is not where this is supposed to go, but my lives never go the way they're supposed to go. So, the poem, and I was in like a real trash, like toxic relationship back in college, and the poem, the me of we, the he of we, and I'm trying to talk about something serious, and here you go being funny. So the poem is really just talking about like how we take on other people's issues. And a lot of times I think we do that in relationships, like as women, I know. You'll hear me use the phrase in the poem, Black woman, Black man. It's universal, it's across the board. I speak and write from my personal experience, but it applies to everyone. Gay, straight, Black, white couples, whatever it is. Oh, hey, Kenyatta. So I'm going to drop the link to the poem on my Facebook page. I hate to be that person, but, like and subscribe. But so going from my personal experience of having been in a relationship, and the person I was with was he was unhinged, and he was going through a lot of things. He was unpacking trauma, and he was like going through stuff. And what I thought part of my role was is kind of like, oh, let me help. And, when you're in a relationship, you are supposed to help the person, but you're not supposed to take on their issues. And I know sometimes with women, It's like, just tell me all your problems. Let me know. Let me be your therapist. No, don't do that, guys. And then also, too, part of it, from what I've seen, people try to like numb. People try to self-medicate. And then sometimes, too, I've seen where the healing or the help or the self-medication comes in the form of physical intimacy, where if someone's having a bad day, oh, let's just have sex. Let me do something real quick and I'm gonna make you feel better. And all of that stuff might make someone feel better temporarily, or it might, make them have a fondness for you that you can make them feel good in that time, but it's not dealing with the issue. So that's kind of where the backdrop of that poem is, of just trying to do everything but actually heal and go through and just taking on other people's issues. And I think, so this part is where it is kind of geared more towards Black women, because again, all women do it, some women. But I feel as Black women, we take on a lot. I think that, so share this poem with all of the women, please, you guys, in your life, all of the women you know, because whether they talk to you about it or not, we deal with taking on, whether it's our kids, whether it is sometimes our parents, that's another discussion, sometimes our partners, but we take on everyone else's issues, and then a lot of times there's no one, and there are no black men go through it too, that we feel like there's no one we can talk to. You guys know I'm a heavy proponent. I love Jesus, but I love my therapist too, have both. So that was the one thing, and again, if my bully is still on here, then I might read it. But the other thing I wanted to talk about, just kind of really quick, is like grace. Again, I told somebody who at the beginning, it's 3 things that happen on my Facebook page and my YouTube page. I talk about Jesus, I talk about my art, and I talk about financial literacy and entrepreneurship. I wanted to go live the other day and kind of just briefly talk about grace. And it's so funny. I took it as a sign. One of my really good friends, she just made a post, and all she said was like, grace. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen, God. Because, and I've wanted to go live. I feel like when I'm, on live and doing teaching, I'm more in the word. It gets me back on track sometimes, because I never want to come and talk to you guys not being in the word. But all of that to say, so sometimes when I'm doing my devotions in the morning and I'm like, I don't know where to go or what to read, I don't have a plan in mind, I ask God to lead me. And the other morning he led me to Genesis 4, and it's a story of Cain and Abel, of how Eve had the babies, and one gave an offering when they got older, one didn't. But it's the story of Cain and Abel. And just what it kind of made me think of was how people talk about God being vengeful and wrathful and whatever else. And I just saw how when God punished one son for murdering the other, and he was like, well, no, God, like, people, I'm going to be outcast. Like, there's going to be people wanting to kill me. Even as God was giving out punishment, and even as God was like, you're being banished, go over here and take your punishment, he still gave him supernatural protection. He's like, no, I'm going to put a mark on you towards you're still not going to get hurt. You're still not going to get harmed. Even though you did wrong, even though you murdered your brother in cold blood, and there's no excuse for this. And even though I am punishing you, I'm still going to protect you. Like, if that ain't love, I don't know what is. Like, that's just so, like, grace and mercy and love. And I just think it's so dope. So that was one thing I want to talk about. Didn't plan on being on here long. Might pop on later. I see one person viewing. I don't know if it's still, speak now, whoever, hold your peace. Mr. Allen, if you're still on and still want me to do the poem I was talking about, I will. Otherwise, I'll just tag you in what I just posted on my YouTube. But call me, beat me if you want to reach me. I really think this might be the actual shortest live I have ever done. But I'm going to go. I'm in a good mood. I'm going to record more poems. I probably won't upload them all. But I'm going to get busy while I feel like it. Bye, y'all.